Hey guys, James here, and I'm gonna get this right out of the way. Let's not be dicks. As we've seen, the next matchup is Deku from My Hero Academia, who I'm just gonna call Midoriya. I'm just prefer calling him Midoriya. I don't know why, I just do. Versus Asta from Black Clover. I'm gonna say this right off the bat because holy shit, what I've been seeing. Don't be a dick, okay? And I've seen many people being dicks to... just being dicks about not being Midoriya versus Gon. I've seen people be dicks that it is not Meliodas versus Asta. I've seen people be dicks to the people that are wanting those matchups. So, I'm just gonna say this right now. Voice your opinion. Don't be a dick about it. Because goddamn. Okay? I want to get that out of the way. It's cool if you don't like the matchup. It is perfectly fine, okay? I don't care about this matchup myself. Honestly, I don't like it. Hypocritical, I know. But I'm not attacking those who like that matchup. I'm just going to say, right now, on the Midoriya side of things, I preferred Miles. I really wanted Midoriya versus Miles, and I hope that's still going to happen in the future. I never really cared for Midoriya versus Gon, but I got the appeal of it, and I would not have minded. Not Meliodas. I would have minded Meliodas versus Asta. It sounded fine to me. I'm not familiar with Black Clover, as you will see later on in this video. But, Midoriya versus Asta, I don't like... I'm saying that now, and I'm not attacking anyone who likes the matchup. I am most not attacking anyone that liked Gon versus Midoriya. So, nobody think that, okay? I hope we're clear on that. But, yeah, next time is splitting the community apart more than The Last of Us Part 2 did to The Last of Us community. Yeah, people are very mixed on this. There are people saying, woo, I'm glad this is happening. There's people like it should have been insert another matchup. I'm on that side, but I'm like a mixture of disappointed and confused. Disappointed because... yeah, I'd rather Midoriya fight Miles, which it can still happen in the future. Midoriya works perfectly well for multiple episodes, given how much there is to cover for him. But I'm also confused because of their timing. Now, I know this is planned out the year prior. This whole season was planned out last year. Outside of Excalibur vs. Raiden, I don't know how the sponsors work. But all these episodes are always planned out the year prior. And of course, they can't predict the future, so no way they could have maybe seen some things happening. Like, I'm going by what I've heard, but Black Clover is in its final act. Though it wasn't at the time when they would be last year. Midoriya. My Hero Academia is in its last couple chapters. As of right now. Oh, excuse me. But I was not under the opinion, but in my opinion, I think Midoriya is a character that should have waited until My Hero Academia was done. Especially if they were planning on doing it now. Because when they planned to have Midoriya on, My Hero Academia is already announced to be in its final act. In its final, I think it's acts, yeah. Is it act? Arc. In its final arc. It was already confirmed then, last year. So, I don't get why they went with it now. And DJ already confirmed this on the Discord server. At least from what I've heard. I haven't really dug deep because I don't go on there on the Sunday before the episode comes out on YouTube because spoilers. But they decided to do it now because... they don't know when My Hero Academia is going to be wrapping up. But it was already confirmed that it would have been done by the end of this year or next year. So it would have been done pretty soon. So I don't really think there was a real good reason to bring Midoriya in now. Why would I say Midoriya is a character best wait to bring in after My Hero Academia was done? If you're asking me this a couple years ago, before like Black Whip was introduced, I would say, oh yeah, Midoriya's fine for whenever. Like, he's still growing as a character, but you could probably still kind of work him in there. But the reason why I don't think he works as of right now, and it's better to wait, is because he's a shonen protagonist that's still getting powers, and excuse me, already confirmed to be getting more powers. Spoilers for My Hero Academia. I should have had that at the start. He's already been confirmed to get more quirks. Anywho, he's been getting multiple quirks, and I believe there's still one more quirk that he does not have yet. So I think it would have been better to wait for My Hero Academia to wrap up, so Midoriya's story is finished. And then you could fully talk about it. Or do the Tanjiro route and not talk about the finale or abilities not in the anime yet, which would have been lame. Well, not really lame, just I really like the Tanjiro episode. Yeah, get what I mean, though. I feel like Midoriya was best to wait till My Hero Academia was over. And, like, you could have had other My Hero Academia characters. Like, you could do Uraraka, Bakugo. Well, maybe not Bakugo, because he's, like, pretty tied in with Midoriya. You could have done one of those, too. Because, like, Uraraka, her main matchup is Cat. You could have done that. That was an easy one to do. I think it's a clear win for Cat right now. I don't know Gravity Rush stats, so. But, like, Bakugo, you could have done Yang versus Bakugo. Yang is definitely not going to beat Bakugo. But you could have easily done that. And then you still got the My Hero Academia rep on there. A very popular My Hero rep. And also still a pretty good matchup. I say that people are mixed on Yang versus Bakugo. You get what I mean, though. I feel like it should have been let's wait for this one to wrap up. And I know they said, we're not waiting anymore. We're not waiting for series to wrap up no more. And I agree with that for certain characters. For something like Luz from Owl House. Best way for Owl House to wrap up before you bring her into Death Battle. I feel like the same thing is for Midoriya. Also Ruby, for when they eventually do Ruby vs. Maka. I think it's best to wait for Ruby to wrap up before you bring in Ruby. Yeah. But yeah, and then Asta. I don't know shit about Asta. I have not read anything of Black Clover. I've not seen the anime. From what I've heard, the anime is pretty meh compared to the manga. I've been thinking about reading the manga, but I have not done that. One more thing before I really talk about my opinions on it. There was an explanation given on why they are doing this matchup specifically and not Gon vs. Midoriya and Meliodas versus Asta. Why did I blank on that? And I'm pulling it up. This was answered by Speedy in what I assume was the official Death Battle Discord. I got this in the Death Battle Mino from someone that I believe is also in the server. Yeah, they're also in the server. But basically, why did they do this? I'm quoting. So, Q&A like saying, the question, why do we do this? Answer from Speedy, we asked them to. Question, who asked for this? It's a request, it's not the biggest for either characters, but it exists. And while this is true, I've never seen this matchup talked about. At most, the Death Battle fanon, but that's the fucking Death Battle fanon. They have Midoriya versus Peter fucking Griffin. Not insulting anyone who likes it. Keep that in mind. That was a joke. Not insulting anyone. It has its fans out there. Question, why not Gon? Oh wait, I skipped one. Question, what's good about it? Answer, it's the closest and most thematic Deku matchup. This is kind of something I disagree on. Closest, I can't comment on. I know nothing about Black Clover scaling. But for the most thematic? Midoriya matchups are kind of like, a lot of them are pretty similar to each other, and I'll talk about the connections later. You can draw your own conclusion if it's the most thematic, but like comparing like Miles, Gon, I wouldn't say it's the most thematic. Why not Gon? Because we didn't want to do Gon, and people would have been annoying about him anyway. I don't entirely know what Speedy means by people will be annoying about it anyways. I'm not really too sure on that. I know there are some Midoriya versus Gon fans who kind of just say, but it's not this matchup to any other Midoriya matchup. Not saying all of them do that. I do see a good amount of them do that, though, and that is annoying. But I don't know. Why not Meliodas? And this is a point that I'm very questionable on. Bro is a pedo, foe, LMAO. Speedy's words, not mine. I'm assuming this is because of Elizabeth being 16 at the start of Seven Deadly Sins. Apparently Slade does similar things, so I don't know. You just don't have to glorify it, but it also kind of feels like Meliodas is just banned from Death Battle now, which sucks. I don't know. I'm not going to open that can of worms. Can Asta even fight someone without magic? Yes. I don't know how true that is. I don't Black Clover. Hunter x Hunter deserves to be in the show. It got screwed over. Hunter x Hunter will... It's Hunter... I know it's Hunter x Hunter. I just like to say Hunter x Hunter instead. Hunter x Hunter will almost definitely be in the show eventually. This has zero impact on that. It isn't a competition. A bit of me is like... Some of his points I think are fine and are reasonable. But some of them I think are a bit iffy or could have been worded better. I think the pedo thing is more of a... I'm hoping it's more of a joke, because how he worded it. But, I mean, he's like a sex offender, but he's not a pedo, and they had fucking Roshi on there, so... And I love Roshi! But, yeah, I'm 12 minutes in. Let's actually talk about the fucking connections. Jesus. Modern shonen protagonists who are teenage heroes born into their worlds without the abilities that most people in their worlds possess, quirks and mana, which they were looked down upon for before eventually receiving an ability that was stronger than the others in the world, One for All and Anti-Magic, which they received from someone else, All Might and Libby. I hope I said that right, Libby. But they had to train extensively to utilize them properly. Both also have a goal of becoming the greatest hero of their world. Now, I'm going to be lying if I said this didn't sound like a basic Midoriya matchup. So the claim that it's the most thematic, I don't agree with. Like, it's just as thematic as some of the other fucking Midoriya matchups. So saying it's the most thematic, I don't agree with. Now, for the debate, I've heard a few things. For the it's debatable side, sorry, I had the burp, excuse me, sorry. But for the debatable side, I saw a tad bit of debate on it, on how it's debatable. Excuse me, there it was. But from the debatable part, it comes down to who's faster. But I've also heard that Asta is it Asta or Asta? I think it's Asta. Asta stomps. I don't know where these two stats are. Apparently Asta is like country to planet, apparently. Or maybe they're both like continental. What is it? I think it's country. I gotta look this up. Why do I always mix these two up? I think because they both start with C. This is not well organized, but I'm sorry. Come on, load, you fucking thing. Yeah, I'm gonna pause it, actually. Okay, sorry about that. But, like, Midoriya, I think, is roughly country to large country. Meanwhile, Asta has, like, continents or multi-cont to planet arguments. And then with speed, Midoriya, like, My Hero Academia has, like, is it hypersonic? Is it high hypersonic? I don't remember the exact speed. Speeds I don't have memorized off the top of my head. But that for Midoriya, and then faster than light arguments for Asta. I've heard the planet stuff is very, very wonky. I don't know how legit that is. But for the claim that it's debatable, I'm not really sure how true that is. It's either debatable and that it comes down to speed, or Asta stomps. Or it has a solid enough speed and AP edge for it to not matter. But who am I rooting and betting for? I'm rooting Midoriya. I feel like that's kind of obvious. But betting, it's on Asta right now. I don't know if this will change, but I've heard more so that it is an easy Asta win, or that it's unanimously Asta. For the fight itself, I honestly don't know how the fuck they're gonna do this. This kind of is a case of it's a fist versus sword fight, and yes, Midoriya has the other quirks, he has other abilities. Asta's still a sword dude. Like, everything I've seen for him, he uses a sword. So to kind of like this dynamic to work, it feels like you kind of have to have them play cat and mouse, basically. Like, Midoriya has to play keep away from Asta before, Asta kills him. So I'm not really sure how this dynamic's going to work. As for the animation, preferably sprites. We just got 2 3D episodes in a row. I think we have reached our 3D limit this season, so I think this and the next will be sprite episodes. But, yeah, sprite. I know there are matching Jump Force models, but those are Jump Force models, so, ew. I don't like the Jump Force models. But I think sprites just make the most overall sense to do, instead of doing 3D models. I think the only thing I can really hope for the fight is that it has an emotional ending. We've gotten some good ones in Aqua Bob, so maybe we'll have another one. Another emotional ending this season. That's my hope here. I could see it happening. It is a Midoriya matchup, and if I would write a Midoriya matchup, if it mainly was Miles, I would make it an emotional ending if I can. So I feel like this will have like an emotional ending to it. For the death, maybe you could have Midoriya do the United States for Smash. What was it? Ultra? What is that? What is this move? Come on, load, you bastard. United States of the World Smash. Maybe that. We do that for Midoriya's kill move if he wins. And then Asta, I don't know, big fucking sword. I don't know, Black Clover. But those could be the deaths. For the track, maybe it could be a lyrical track, like Mighty. I don't know, maybe just a rock. I imagine the track's gonna be good at least. The animation, I don't fucking know. You're kind of playing with fire, doing a fist versus sword fight. But I think for the track, it could easily go hard. I don't know how good Black Clover music is, but My Hero music, it's good. Oh, it's good, eh? They could probably get a good track out of that. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. I mean, I'm glad it's not Midoriya versus Zuru. That's just a dynamic that doesn't function like most Danganronpa matchups, which is a shame, because I would like a good Danganronpa matchup on the show. We're only really going to get that with Genocide Jack, because I feel like they're going to do the bad Monokuma matchup instead of Chris, so fuck. Anywho, yeah, I'm hoping the finale is going to be something I give a shit about. Like, this whole season, it's just been 2 episodes I cared about. Everything else, it's just been okay, that's the next time. Ugh! So I hope next time I can give a shit. I really want to care about the finale. I really fucking want to care. I want to fucking care about the finale. I don't want this season to end on something I can't care about. This has not been the most fun season. The episode's been good, but God, these announcements and waiting periods just suck! Anywho, I hope the episode's good, but with this being a fist versus sword fight, I'm not going to hold my breath. I hope people stop being assholes about this. This is the internet. Why am I expecting that? I do hope people stop being asses about this, so... I feel like Midoriya will definitely return later down the line when My Hero Academia wraps up in, like, 3 chapters. But I do hope he returns, and maybe we can get Meliodas vs. Asta in the future. I'm not holding my breath on that one now because of what Speedy said. I don't even think Meliodas is going to be on the show. Maybe not even 7 Deadly Sins. Anywho, maybe we'll get Midoriya vs. Miles in the future, and I can feel joy again. I do hope this is a good episode. I'm happy for those who won this matchup. I don't want to get the impression that I'm not, or that I fucking hate them, and I hate Gon fans. I don't want that impression. I'm happy for those who won this matchup. I'm just disappointed for the... I don't know how many times... Oh yeah, Akko and Broccoli were also Midoriya matchups that are thrown around. And I include those on the playlist because 2 of my friends like the matchups, and we're only going to get to the Witch Academy one. Anyways, I'm dragging it out. Hope this is a good episode. Betting on... why did I forget? Asta rooting Midoriya. Hope it's a good episode. I'm not holding my breath, though, and hope Midoriya vs. Miles happens in the future, and next time I can give a shit and not just be disappointed again. Anyways, peace!